And it's funny enough, like River State has like the best musicians coming out from.
I was just gonna say that, but I thought let him speak.
For real, like
Without
for real,
Port Harcourt, I swear down,
for real,
Nigerian
like
music.
every artist that comes out from Port Harcourt has
me.
like substance.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to see someone that comes out of Port Harcourt
Trust
and
me.
he's just making random music and probably
Yeah.
just singing verse 1, praise God.
Yeah, that's true. Though.
Like there's always thought towards the music.
Say go be mama say that. Say go be mama say that. Say go be mama say that. Say go be mama say. She give me garanotto and colanotto. I see. Time for the motto, nobody interrupt. I spend a lot. I see. Time for the motto. She give me garanotto and colanotto. I see. Time for the motto, nobody interrupt.
Ajebo Hustler's new album is something very unique to most listeners of this genre, which is Afrobeats. And I've listened to the album and I know it's over probably 2 weeks now, but finally I've really listened to it too many times, and I've decided to share my top 5 of the album, and I'll give you guys my own sort of review about the album. So let's get right straight to it. One of the songs that really stood out, which is one of the songs out of the 5 that I've really chosen, is No One.
Who you they think say you they fool? They think say you they do. I be you think say I be a woo. For your mind,
the song is about Ajebo Hustlers addressing someone that thinks they can deceive them or manipulate them, emphasizing that they're not easily fooled, which is, you know, in the song when you hear you say Ewu. Ewu means like goat or fool. Not goat as greatest of all time as most people see or take it as, but like goat, you know, back in Nigeria, when someone calls you Ewu, which is like goat, means like slow, you're fool, you're like, you know what I mean? So in that sense, in a term of like the Nigerian pidgin. Also, they acknowledge the cunning nature, which is that person claiming that they're skilled in lying and cheating and will always deny everything when they get caught. This song describes sort of like a tumultuous relationship where, in this sense, Ajebo Hustlers are saying that their partner tried to like change them and date their colleague in this sense, but Ajebo Hustlers also in this song were sort of saying that they remain unfazed and they continue to enjoy their life with other women. And that's one thing I love about Ajebo Hustlers, their honesty. It touches on the trust honesty, questioning why it's difficult for people to be genuine. And Ajebo Hustlers also declare their independence and resilience, showing that they can quickly be taken advantage of. So I love this song because it was just one of those songs that you listen to, like the melody in itself just takes you to a different dimension. But when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, I see, it's a dope song. Another one of the top 5 songs that I chose off this album is Kisses 2.
I don't wanna love no more. I don't want your kisses on my lips. I don't wanna love no more. I don't want my hand.
And in this one, Ajebo Hustlers were expressing the intense emotional pain and suffocation they feel in a troubled relationship. Seems to be that's like the theme. You know, like again, I'm not saying like it's just one of those things that I realized that okay, I'm drawn to like their emotional side when they rap or make music, because I feel like that's where the honest side come out proper, in my own opinion anyway. They describe like the constant fights and how it affects their well-being, making them lose their appetite and feel mentally overwhelmed. Ajebo Hustlers on this song also, from the lyrics of course, declare that they no longer want to be in love, rejecting any physical affection from their partner. They also criticize their partner for being unfaithful and treating them poorly. And they recalled the sacrifices and good times they shared. On this song, the repetition of feeling suffocated and drifting sideways emphasizes the turmoil and confusion in their relationship. That, of course, would lead to like a firm decision to end it. So in this song, this Kisses 2, I love how they were being honest, and I feel like this is something they've been through anyway. My third song out of my top 5 is Undecided.
Decided, I don't decide now you I go love, oh. Decided, girl you know say now.
I really like this song. I really I love this song. And on this one, Ajebo Hustlers talk about how they completely devoted to a particular lady. Yeah, right. Declaring that she's the only one who has captured their hearts, and they've decided not to pay attention to any other woman. Another song, which is like the 4th one out of my top 5, is Wicked.
Girl, it too wicked now. Girl, use my icy pepper now. I see shaking now. Girl, it too wicked now. Girl, use my icy pepper now.
In this, Ajebo Hustlers describe the distress and confusion caused by a relationship with a deceitful and manipulative woman. I'm telling you, like, it seems like on my songs off this album, like I said again, I'm repeating what I said earlier, is because I feel like the most honest and the most relatable side of them is when they talk about their personal stuff in terms of their relationship. Yeah, and they went further. In the song, the woman is portrayed as this wicked, heartless, making Ajebo Hustler's life difficult and causing emotional pain. You know, when they say that, use my icy pepper, I see shege now, that's like an expression meaning to suffer greatly. Despite moments of physical intimacy, the woman is inconsistent and untrustworthy, leading Ajebo Hustlers to feel trapped and desperate for freedom. In that sense, what I'm trying to say is like the recurring refrain emphasizes the woman's wickedness and the suffering she inflicts on Ajebo Hustlers. So the fact that they were talking about the woman's made me see shege now, I see pepper now, it's like, yo, that woman's made them see trouble. And now my final song of the album from my top 5 is Last Week.
Last week I took a break from smoking weed. The anxiety eloping me. The fear nearly roped me in.
This song, Ajebo Hustlers, reflects on their struggle with smoking weed. Now, this song itself is, again, like I said, I love it when artists give us an introspective aspect of their music or their life. You know, it's so amazing because it makes the everyday person, or they would say the layman on the streets, or someone that just, you know what I mean, that doesn't have all of these glitz and glamours, to just feel like, okay, I can relate. So with this one, the fact that Ajebo Hustlers like were reflecting on their struggle of smoking weed. I don't smoke weed. Acknowledging its negative impact on their mental and physical health was important, because a lot of people do silly things because they're used to it. But the fact that artists at their level are being vulnerable and expressing and sharing what smoking weed does for them, whether negative or positive, is just that sharing that's so important. So despite Ajebo Hustlers' efforts to quit and the anxiety and fear associated with their habits, they find themselves unable to break free, which is something a lot of people can't do. You know, when they say old habits die hard, it's like they can't just shake it off. You know, it's not something that they can just stop. And I love that. That's vulnerability. That's you being able to share with your fans that, hey, listen, I'm human too. I love that. Now, the Ajebo Hustlers describe smoking as something that helps them cope with pain and stress. I can imagine the record label, the industry is quite stressful, you know, a lot of fake people, a lot of, you know, and even though they're aware of the risks, which is like smokers are liable to die young, which they even said in the song, they also touch on the impact of their addiction on their relationships and daily life. This is just fantastic. I love Last Week, the song Last Week, so much, and takes its strength for them to admit that they keep returning to their habits despite knowing better. And just in general, the lyrics sort of convey a sense of resignation and difficulty of overcoming addiction, which is what a lot of young people in Africa are dealing with, you know what I mean? Because of course there's no job, they need things to like sort of distract them. So shout out to Ajebo Hustlers for being really like vulnerable, and it's amazing. Now, the overall theme of this album, predominantly it does explore the complex emotions and challenges in their relationships, like ranging from resilience and deception to emotional turmoil and manipulation. Additionally, they touch on themes of loyalty, devotion, and the struggle with addiction, like I said earlier, providing like a rich, authentic insight into the personal experiences and societal issues faced by them as artists in this industry, where it's a lot of things are just not what it seems. So it's an amazing album. I believe everyone should go listen to that. If you're into Afrobeats, Ajebo Hustlers are one of the greatest. I've spoken to them personally before. They are genuinely one of the greatest in terms of what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're unique. They keep it so cultural and it's so down to the roots. They're not necessarily overpowering the audience or people that listen to them with Western style. Of course, rap, as people would associate it as a Western thing. I love how they make it culturally rich enough for people like myself that is just like obviously Nigerian, we can relate to, as well as vibe to it, you know, with the slangs, with everything. Let's go check out the album. It's called Bad Boy Etiquette 102 Continuous Assessment. So guys, boast lifestyle, and until next time guys, peace.
Banks.